Hello everybody, I'm Roadblock. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. We are on the free-to-play and it is an exciting day for everybody. In case you missed the news, I will fill you in. Ninja, one of the top champions of the game that has been locked out for oh so many of us, is now available once again for free, and it only takes 5 days. So for those of you that haven't logged in yet and haven't seen the way this is going to work, he is in here under the limited special offers. All you have to do is collect these packs, log in for 5 days, and you get your ninja. Now, it's worth noting that you'll see the next one is only in 9 hours, so I'm actually getting 2 in 1 day. So I'm actually going to get ninja in basically 3 days. And I'm stupid. Well, I'm what, 4 days is what I mean to say. But yeah, super excited about this. And we'll talk a lot about ninja, but I want to get some of the more important stuff out of the way first. Account stuff, things that I said I would do, right? So right out the gate, we are going to go ahead and, without making you guys wait, we're going to pull these souls. So this is my main account. I just swapped over. You may not have caught that on the screen. So as you can see, I have a lot more champions here. So I'm definitely looking for a good soul out of this. Would love like a Rotos 6-star. Oh my God, would be crazy. You know, but of course, any 6-star for any of these champions would pretty much be game changing. So let's hope for something good here. We'll start with opening this. Here we go. It's an epic. And it's a 4-star seer. Is that higher than what I currently have? It is not. So my seer on this account is 6-star ascended. So that is a waste for me, and this is why I really hate this and why I wish I didn't go for it. Well, I don't. That's not true, because I like the rewards from Sand Devil itself, so I do appreciate that. Here, very limited options. We will see. We're all back on the free-to-play. Much fewer champions that I could benefit from this. So here we go. Let's see. Maybe we get something crazy good. It's an epic. A 4-star Whisper. That's pretty good. I feel like I have Whisper on this account. I might not. Let me go to the Awaken thing. Or no, I guess it'll just, if I do the Soul Collection, it'll tell me, right? Yeah, I don't have Whisper. If I did, I would have built her. So that's true. That's fair. So no Whisper. So again, this is why I did question if I wanted to spend my energy, but please note, I did not spend any gems to complete that tournament. I just used my passive energy gain, any energy that I got from, you know, doing my quests, doing my weekly, doing all that stuff. So overall, really happy with how I completed that tournament. And I also did progress. If you watched my recent video, I did also progress my dungeon, my Sand Devil, up to stage 21. So I'm getting a lot more points per energy because I'm doing a higher difficulty. Try to think if there's anything else I want to talk about before we get into Ninja, but there isn't that I can think of off the top of my head. So let's talk about Ninja. Now, I already mentioned that Ninja is going to be... If I look in the right spot, there, I'll find him. A 5-day login. He is not a login legendary, which sounds counterintuitive, but I want to be clear that this ninja event, however long it'll last, is not like the progressive, or I forget what they call it. It's usually a different tab up here that only pops up when we get a new free login legendary, a 7-day legendary. I want to say it's progression, or I think it's champion chase. I think is what it's actually called. But we still should be expecting another 7-day login legendary in the near future. A ninja is not replacing that. This is a separate event. That's why it's through the shop and not through that champion chase or whatever, the menu that has the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and you get a piece of gear each day, like when we got Adolin, like when we got Sun Wukong, UDK, all that stuff, right? So I do think we're still going to get a different login legendary. Let's talk about why they're doing this for Ninja. Well, there's a couple of things. Often I wondered, why would they not allow Ninja to be pulled from shards? And I'm sure it probably has something to do with their agreement with Ninja, the copyrights, all that kind of stuff. It's possible that maybe I'm only speculating. I am not like the insider content creators. I don't have connections at Plarium. I've never spoken to them. They've never talked to me. I don't get any benefit. I'm not part of their content creator program or anything like that. But my suspicion is probably that either they're trying to get new players to come back in, and they're trying to go through Ninja again, because when they did the partnership with him, that was a big boost for their game. So maybe they're doing something again with him, or there's something in their contract and things ran out and they can start giving ninjas out. I don't know what it is. It's very interesting. But I'm excited. Very, very excited. So getting Ninja is really good. Let's talk about his kit really briefly and what he's going to be able to do for my free-to-play, for your account, and even on my main account. He is a Shadowkin, which is a very interesting faction. Keep in mind that he does pair well with Lady Mikage because he has decreased defense on his A1, so her ally attack can get you more chances to land that. Because she has an ally attack on her A1. So Ninja's kit with the A1, you do get 45, or so it's what is it? 55, 60% chance of landing decreased defense on an A1. That's pretty decent. And fills his champion by 15% when used against bosses. He is a boss killer, by the way. The A2 is amazing. This does so much damage. It's a 3x hitter. Each hit has a 100% chance when booked of placing an HP burn for 3 turns, and then placing a perfect veil on this champion for 2 turns. When used against bosses, will instantly activate any HP burns, including HP burns placed by this skill. That means sorry, I'm reading chat there. That means that you can activate 3 iterations of HP burn every time he uses this ability. And you get to reduce the cooldown on it. So anytime you use Cyan Slash, attacks all enemies, has a 100% chance when booked of freezing. By the way, great crowd control ability. When targeting a boss, will only attack the boss, and will ignore 50% of the target's defense. Wow. Will also decrease the cooldown of Hail Burn by 1 turn. This is Hail Burn. So you're talking about this ability being reduced to a 2-turn cooldown whenever he uses this ability that ignores 50% of defense on a boss. Oh, and by the way, he increases his attack by 10% up to 100% and crit damage by 5% up to 25% each time a single enemy is hit by all 3 of Ninja's active skills in a single round. This effect can occur multiple times against the same enemy. So he's just going to build up his stuff, but it gets even better. While fighting bosses, will increase Ninja's attack by 20% up to 100% and crit damage by 10% up to 25% instead. So when this gains even faster against bosses, he can smack. So the instant comparison that I make, and this may be controversial because his type of damage is different, is to Newt as a boss killer. He kills bosses in a different way than how Newt kills bosses. Obviously, Newt kills bosses by doing enemy max HP damage 3 times in a row. But one of the common strategies for Sand Devil, for example, is a Godseeker ninja team. Content creators don't like to talk about this team that much because previously nobody could get ninja again. So a large portion of their audience watching their content gets mad whenever they say, oh, use Ninja in this team, because nobody had Ninja unless you've been playing the game for 3 years. So now we have that option. So you can see my team right now, I use Godseeker New. Godseeker Ninja could arguably be better because he's also placing a debuff. And if you understand Sand Devil, you do more damage per the number of debuffs that are placed. So there's some interesting value there. He's also better against Magic Affinity. So I could use him to get past stage 22 where Newt is weaker to. And then get to stage 25 where Newt is stronger and maybe have to use Newt on stage 25 instead of Ninja. But Ninja will help me progress here. But Ninja is also really, really good as your clan boss damage dealer. I did ask this question, and I don't know the answer, but I did ask this question. If you're looking at my free-to-play team, I wonder who does more damage in clan boss between Ninja and Geomancer. Now, keep in mind, because instantly people are like, oh, Geomancer by far. But keep in mind, the tricky thing about Geomancer is that Geomancer's damage comes from when he gets hit. So your damage output is based on the boss taking turns. And Ninja's damage is every time he takes a turn. So there is a bit of an argument there. I would love to test it and find out who does more damage in a Wixwell team, to be specific. In a unkillable team, I would give I would almost always give the favor to Ninja, because he's going to benefit more from a 50-turn fight than how Geomancer would fare in a 1,500-turn fight, if that makes sense. This is a really, really exciting big day for Raid Shadow Legends. And I told my chat this too before I started recording, that there's a lot of champions in the game, and I'm not going to be completely like, if you were to give me an opportunity to pick a legendary for a brand new account, Ninja's on the list. We'll say that. Don't get me wrong, there's some champions that would be like better or worse, or like I'd love to start an account with like a Siphi, Pythion, like there's really good supports out there. But Ninja does it all. Anytime I've made a lot of accounts. I've made 4 accounts. And a lot of time in early arena, you'll see these legacy teams from guys that played long, long time ago, probably don't even play anymore. And they've got ninjas in their PvP teams. And he would smoke me. He's good everywhere. He has really good crowd control with this freeze ability. He has really good boss damage with this ability here. He brings his own decreased defense. And he self-buffs to massive damage. And this is before buffs, by the way. So, like, this crit damage up to 25%, you can still put a crit damage buff on him and get even more crit damage. You can still put increased attack on him and get even more attack. So he scales so well. He's just an absolute beast of a champion, and we all now get him for free in only 5 days. If you've been away from the game for a while, now is the time to come back. But it does get better. In the news, he is a free legendary to new accounts. Which I don't know why you're watching my content if you've never played Raid Shadow Legends, but if you've never played Raid Shadow Legends, now is the time to log in and play, because you get to start with one of the best champions in the game, absolutely free, with a promo code day1. Ninja will carry most accounts in this game if built properly. So, he is an absolute beast, and I highly encourage you guys to, if you were on the bubble, here's what I think happened. I think a lot of people freaked out about Clan Siege and booked it. Now you guys, they're like, hey, okay, cool, you guys left. Hey, here's Ninja. You want to come back? You want to come back? I'm giving you a Ninja. Here you go. Come on back. So, I think that's going to bring a lot of players back. I think we're going to see population go up pretty high. Um, so I'm very, very excited about this. And if you can't tell how excited I am about it. Okay, let's talk other account stuff for the free to play. I did a very, very, which many of you probably didn't watch. I don't blame you. It was like a 40-minute long video. I did a very, very in-depth dive on the progress of the account. But we've got a lot of events going on right now. So we've got, obviously, the Path of the Serpent. I've expressed my opinions on this on stream, and I'll repeat them here, I guess. I don't know that I am super excited about a Mithrala soul. Mithrala is great. Souls are great. I just don't know that I feel like a soul on Mithrala is something that is worth my resources before the next fusion. We don't know what the next fusion is going to be. It could be something amazing. I think I'm going to wait. I don't think I'm going to go all out. You know, I am certainly not going to do... I might do the artifact enhancement events. We'll talk about that in a second. But I don't know that I'm going to spend gems on any of these dungeons or anything. I will take, you know, I have no soul on her, so any soul that I can get, whether it's a 1 or 2 or a 3-star, are fine. But I don't know that I'm going to push myself hard and go for the 5-star soul and weaken my account right now. I have less than 1,000 gems. I have a ton of silver. We'll talk about that. But me personally, I don't think a soul for Mithrala is as good as a soul for a nuker or a healer or other types of champions. One important thing that I never considered before, and I saw this on a Boozer video yesterday, talked about Mithrala. Polymorph is less good on Mithrala because she has such high resistance by default. And if you read the Polymorph skill, it places it whenever they place debuffs on this champion or steals buffs from them. So if she doesn't receive those debuffs or doesn't get her turn meter or any of those things that would activate Polymorph, it doesn't make sense to have it on a Mithrala, right? So that's one thing to consider when you're talking about what blessings you would get on Mithrala. And I never thought about that. I think I said this a few videos ago. I was like, I would love to have Polymorph on her. And then I saw him say that, and I was like, that's a duh. How did I not realize that? So keep that in mind if you're considering what blessings to go for her. So I don't know that I'm going to go hard on that event. I am going to do this champion training tournament. A, because it does get me some pretty good resources along the way, and B, I have a champion that I really want to level right now. That's really what it comes down to. So Razzlevarg is ready to level. I talked about this in the video. I can level up these 3 guys, feed them to Razzlevarg. We're also going to finish booking Razzlevarg. Let's go ahead and do that right now. So let me show you what I do when I'm leveling somebody during a champion training event or tournament. So who are my foods? We're using Jizzo as food. Some of you may not be happy about this. I know there are people that love Jizzo out there. No dirty joke intended. But I am not going to use him. And I held on to this Elhain forever saying, oh, I'll build her for Faction Wars. It never happened. And I really want Razzlevarg more than I want the potential to level up an Elhain a long time from now. And some of you may also be screaming at me, Roadblock, what are you doing? Wait, don't level him now. Save that food for Ninja. You're going to get Ninja in a couple of days. Sacrifice the gear. It's probably trash. Razzlevarg's better for me right now, and I can farm up food for Ninja in the future, so I'm not worried about that. We're going to fully ascend him. I do need to get one more potion. We can max out his ascension. You'll see we're getting tournament points for doing all of this. And we will upgrade this last skill. Now, I do like to wait until Clan v Clan for booking out champions, but I really want that cooldown, and we are in the middle of a champion training tournament. So that's a big little chunk of points there, and I didn't spend any resources to get it. 764 points right there, and I still need to level him up. Now, I've got a pretty decent number of magic brews, and it's only going to take 100. I will definitely spend that. And that's going to get me over 1,000 points already in champion training. And now I can just keep working on it, keep leveling up food. But we've got Razzlebarg leveled up, and I will be able to gear him and use him in Hydra. Now, I'm going to do that off camera for you guys, but on camera for chat. We're going to kick off Hydra and throw him in to the team and see how well things go. So I'm going to finish building him and get that done. So we are about 20 minutes in this video. We've talked about a lot. Very, very excited right now. A lot of fun stuff going on in the game. Looking forward to that. If you guys have anything that you'd like me to talk about, I do have some videos I want to talk about Arena. I want to talk about Wixwell. And I also wanted to talk about fusions. So keep an eye out for those. Those are going to be dedicated videos. I might still record one of those and release one of those today. So you might get 2 videos from me today, which would be interesting. But overall, very, very excited about what's going on in the game. And what's going on my account. Because, man, Ninja is really going to open things up for me on the account. I mean, I can run both Ninja and Newt now on the same boss teams, which is really, really, really good for me. So, absolutely thrilled about this. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for all the support. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. It's the best way to support me and just help me grow my channel. I love doing what I'm doing, and I'd love to keep doing this full time, but I need your help to do it. So that's every time that you click that subscribe button, that just helps me get a little bit closer to that goal. And if you have anything that you want to let me know, you want to tell me if you agree with my opinion, if you disagree with my opinion, let me know in the comments. I love to read them. I respond to most comments on my account, and then give me a like, because that helps me with the algorithm. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.